What's happening, guys and girls and my dog family out there? Here at Tissot Kennels, and this is why a protection dog. Why any dog? They're all the same. They're wild, they're dangerous, they're scary, I don't like them. Think again. So stay tuned, and we're going to break this all down. Oh, like and subscribe, and stay tuned. Lovely. So there's various things to think about when looking for a protection dog. You want a dog that is courageous, a dog that is active, and a dog that obviously obeys commands. I mean, people say they've got wild dogs, crazy dogs. Yes, they're wild, because you don't have any control of them, so they're definitely wild. Right. And we've got Rose here. So when looking for a protection dog, you want to make sure that it comes from good stock. Good stock, what I'm talking about is the bloodline. Okay, and the parents, the bloodline, the great-grandparents were doing that particular type of work, whether that was detection, apprehension, or whatever type of work that could be, that will be in the bloodline. So obviously, I mean, she for one comes from quite a high drive, high prey drive bloodline. So she can pretty much do this all day. Clear, stable-headed dogs that have been well socialized, well groomed, because you can have a dog, but it needs to be socialized. It needs to be around people, good with kids, push, push, push. It needs to be around kids. It needs to be stable. It needs to know the difference between attack, sit down, lay down, and all these different commands. So, socializing the dogs around different people, old people, young people, so they're well socialized and they know how to behave. And they detain, they're going to be your first line in security, cameras only watch. Police, they're going to have a response time to get to the actual situation. Your animal, our furry friend, is going to be on the front line. So hopefully that should give you enough time to whether call, locate, do whatever you're doing. So that would be another reason to have a dog. And in terms of defense, any threats, whether you could be walking, it would be the best option to use a less lethal form. So that would be our dog here. So whether you'd be walking and you'd be with your dog and he would actually approach the threat, and that is the whole point, that you wouldn't have to actually do anything yourself, that you have a courageous and protective dog that definitely looks after you. So these are some of the things we look for and make sure. You might live by yourself. You might be a little antisocial. Like me, you might have moved from overseas, you don't know anyone. Grab a couple of dogs. I'm an active guy, they're always with me. They seem to do everything with me. I'm having fun. I can go bike riding, go to the beach. You can do different activities, loads of activities. You can bring your dog. It's always fun. And I get to play with him. And then the whole point is I can do all those things, and he has the actual practical application of actually being a protection dog. So yeah. And they live for this stuff. I mean, the drive that they've got and the work that they do, I mean, they just do this stuff all day. I mean, that's when there's lots of these breeds out. And as I said, this one's dad has been known to, let's just say the owner, he wouldn't have to say much. If you touched him, and the dog just automatically knew that it was on. So she's got a bit of that in her, but we're just trying to tone it down a little bit because I want her around in public. And like I said, I mean, these dogs are not for everyone. They're not for everyone. If you're quite active, you do things all the time, you're out on the weekend, you've got a lot of time, then it'll be an excellent breed to have. And it would also serve as the protection that you needed for the household. It would alert you to anyone walking on the premises. Something like this can actually identify and actually know the difference between a threat or not. So I mean, some people walk past, that's not a threat. When you walk up to the gate, now it's a different story now. And she will sound off. So she's been trained, she's been socialized, she's been around my kids, wife. So I'm very happy. I mean, I'd say, oh, pop to the shop, you know, put her in the back of the car. God forbid anything happen. Open up the boot and away we go. So I'm very happy with a dog like this. I don't know anyone. I moved, came from UK, live here. A couple of these wouldn't hurt. So they go with me wherever I go. Are you ready now? Out. So as I said, there's lots of dogs. There's lots of wild dogs. There's dogs, but a protection dog is one that you can work with, and that should work with you, right? Got that, Rose? Boom. Owning a protection dog, it is a huge responsibility. You know, you have to make sure these things are caged properly, socialized well, around a lot of people. Yes, they do protect, but we're not trying to attack people. She is a deterrent. That's why she'll be in your house most times, or if all times. I mean, something like this type of working dog should be environmentally stable anywhere. So I've gone to holidays, I've gone to different places, and she's A-okay. She's A-okay. So she's been well socialized. She's been in the car. She knows how to sit for long journeys. She toilets outside. So a protection dog is one that's been highly socialized. Most of its life won't be inside a kennel. It will be in real situations, in a car, outside, on the bike. And the whole point is they have practical use, practical applications, which if you know how to use them for the handler, or to myself or whoever owns the dog, the commands should be such that we both know what's happening. So right now, this is the job. We don't just go selecting random targets. No, that's not the job, guys. So yeah, you've got to be responsible. Make sure you've got a nice, strong kennel. This one, she'll just absolutely rip apart her kennel. I've got one made of steel over there. I mean, wood one, I put her in it, boom, the door was down within 2-3 hours. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's not so much the size, but it's the temperament and how courageous your dog is. Oh! Drives also help. Prey drive, defense drive, hunt drive, all those things comprise to make the perfect working dog. So all these things we try and push them so we can build on that and make the perfect protection dog in all types of scenarios. Out!
So why a protection dog? Well, it's a good deterrent. It alerts you about anything that's going on outside, in and around the property. It can accompany you, can come with you in the car. It's also another form of less lethal defense, or however you see it. It can help improve your self-esteem, just to leave different things that you might have going on. So it's always good to have a companion out there, guys. We've summarized everything. This is why I would have a protection dog. Everyone's got loads of reasons why they would have a protection dog. These are just my reasons. And hope you watch it. Stay tuned, subscribe and like. We're going to be releasing more content like this in the future, guys. So why a protection dog? Why have a house? All right, guys. Peace.